My game is lagging.
Actually, I don't know where it was.
I think they're still below me. Unless I'm hearing things.
Coming up, Mez.
I think they're both coming at me. Yeah, one's under the default.
Activating shock drone.
He hopped up CC.
Deploying shock drone.
Wait, what the?
Friendly, last operator standing.
He's on the diffuser?
I dropped.
I don't think we've got time.
Don't think he knows where it is. Oh.
Got it.
What's up, YouTube? Before we get started, I want to say thank you to UBI for inviting me to play Operation Deadly Omen early. I love attending these events. Hopping right in, our new operator is Deimos. How he turned from the villain, shooting Harry in the chest, to helping Team Rainbow beats me, but here we are. He's a 2-2 op with an AK-74M primary, Nomad's gun, or the M590 shotgun, but the real gun I want to talk to y'all about is the 44 Vendetta. Like Cade's pistol, it has a magnified optic that cannot be removed. This thing hits like a truck, can be used to open lines of sight through soft walls and break hatches. When you activate Deimos' ability, Deathmark, you can throw out a nano drone, which gives you live pings on any operator you choose. But here's the catch. Only Deimos can see these live pings on the defender, not the rest of the attackers. His 44 Vendetta becomes his primary weapon, which cannot be swapped until after the Deathmark tracking has ended, and the defender being tracked also receives pings on Deimos, but they are not live pings. The Deathmark can only be used on one enemy at a time. Deimos is only able to track ops that have been identified, so droning and gathering intel will be particularly valuable for him. He is countered by Tub and Mute, and will be great used as a roam clear op. His clutch potential is super strong post-plant or in a 1v1. Next, a huge shift in the meta this season is the change in optics. Yes, the rumors are true, 1.5 is gone. So, all you Warden, Mozzie, 1.5 crutches have to play something different now. Along with the 1.5, 2.0 has also been taken away. Your only optic choices now are the 2.5 ACOG, which is now called a magnified optic. This will be available on every op that had a 1.5 previously, besides Mozzie, Warden, and Echo for some reason. Don't really understand that, but whatever. 3.5 or telescopic optic will be available on attack DMRs only. As always, one-time sights are universal, along with irons. You can still have the casing and reticle of the 2.0, but with the 3.5 magnification. Same with the 1.5 casing and the reticle, they will now be available as a 2.5 magnification. Oh, and I almost forgot. Ash has her R4C ACOG back. Even though we've lost a couple of optics, we did gain one new attachment. The horizontal grip, which increases movement speed. The angle grip no longer decreases ADS time, but instead reduces the time it takes to reload. Kind of weird. Though I'm not sure why they did it, but whatever. Lasers decrease the time to ADS and no longer help with hipfire accuracy, and running iron sights will now give you a faster ADS time. I messed around with a lot of these attachments and didn't notice much of a difference in ADS time. It still feels slow compared to the live build. I could tell a difference in movement speed, although minimal. Same with the reload times. ADS speed has been slowed substantially. I believe UBI has listened to community complaints of Siege being too run and gun with a minimal strategy, so their solution, or at least part of it, is to slow down ADS time, which will punish players for running around the map trying to out-aim everything. I believe this, combined with the loss of the 1.5, should slow down the meta. The shield change previously shown in the last test server is going live. All shields can sprint, reload, throw util without exposing their hand, and shield bash players as well as sprint through barricades. Free look is also going into the live build. You can finally filter and add favorites to your inventory. So skins, charms, etc. All of that stuff. Much like how the marketplace works, you can organize everything and find your stuff in a timely fashion. Also, operators can be filtered and organized by their roles, although some of them seem a little off to me. Pre-viz throwables are one of my favorite quality of life changes. You can now actually see the arc of util and where it will end up. I know it seems like it decreases the skill gap, and in some ways it does, but I think it also creates more possibilities for those advanced players. Rappel has been sped up and made smoother. It feels strange at first, but I think in general it looks more natural. It's just going to take some time getting used to. It really is. LMGs received a recoil buff and now give a 10% speed reduction, which to me makes sense. I mean, you're running around this big old gun. It makes sense that you should be running slower. And I'm not going to lie, you can really feel the difference. Like you feel like a tank running around with this thing in your hands. And as soon as you switch to your pistol, you're zooming. I think it is a good way to balance them, but as always, we'll see how it plays out in the live build. Azami's Kibas now have another counter, and it's so simple. Bullets. Yes, bullets. Kibas can now be shot. You no longer need explosives to destroy them. It does take a substantial amount of shots, but you can shoot a Kiba if you really need to. The AI game mode had more maps and operators added to it, and the difficulty of the AI has supposedly been increased, but honestly they still play pretty off and kind of hot dog water. But their util usage seems like it's headed in the right direction. UBI will now be banning on data. So now when you go to R6 Tracker and you see the #1 champ is clearly cheating, hopefully,
Well, that's what you mean.
to me at least, this means that UBI will see this data, go in and ban that person. Fantastic. This is a huge deal and should impact the number of cheaters substantially, which we all know PC Siege desperately needs. There's also a change where an account will be labeled as inactive if it had no games played the previous season. So if you guys have an alt that you play on every once in a while when you're playing with your IRLs, you're just trolling around for ranked, make sure you guys play with it, like play just a couple games on it this season. Because if you haven't touched it, next season you're going to have to go in and play at least 5 games, which really, to be honest, isn't a big deal. But if you just want to play ranked on that account, it might be kind of annoying. So hop on that account this season, play a couple games if you haven't already, and then that way next season it won't be marked as inactive. New players also have a new restriction. So other than the restrictions that they already currently have, you now need to own a minimum of 10 attackers and 10 defenders before being allowed in a ranked, along with the current restrictions. Which I like, because a lot of times you'll get newer players or just Smurf accounts which they have like 1 or 2 operators and they only play those 1 or 2 operators, and then that forces you to play operators that you don't really want to. And that's it, Year 9, Season 1. Yes, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege has been out for almost a decade. 9 years, which is insane. Insane to think about that we're still playing this game, still making content for this game. I know we give Siege a lot of shit, but obviously we're either addicted or we all love it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this long, and if you made it this far, you must like the video. And if you don't like it, leave a comment on why you didn't. And hit the like anyways, because it helps with the algorithm. If I missed anything or you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment or hit me up on any of my socials. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. And most importantly, stay cheesy. Mwah.